Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel eddieinreadingland. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you the review of the Wonderland Shadows Tarot by Ethereal. Oh my goodness. If I was able to feel anything like nervousness, I would be actually nervous for this video, but since I am unable to, I'm not. Just a bit concerned. Oh, and I'm drinking tea. This is a peppermint and eucalyptus tea that I absolutely love. I don't even know the brand of the... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I do. It's called Traditional Medicinals, guys. And it's very strong tea, which I totally adore. But I did feel like I needed a bit of stronger tea for this video. Why? Well, because this is a very controversial topic, and by this controversial topic, I mean AI decks, and this is an AI deck. I have since, when I did the unboxing of this video, confirmed that this is in fact an AI deck. Now, I would have loved to gotten confirmation from from Ethereal themselves that this is an AI deck. And I didn't, I should have checked their website to see if they have somewhere on their website that this is an AI deck, because part of the issue with AI decks, well, there's a lot of issues with AI decks right now, and a lot of concerns, very valid concerns that people are bringing up. There are environmental controls, there are financial issues regarding AI decks, and I completely get that. But I am going to be very honest with you guys about this deck and my feelings about it, especially as an artist myself, and especially as I am actually working right now on my own tarot. I'm actually really excited because I'm going to make a video about the devil, and I'm going to feature one of my sketches for you guys so that you can see them. I have featured some sketches on my channel before, but you're going to get to see the sketch for the devil, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, but as in any case, being well aware of AI decks, I do have, and most of the concerns actually that people are bringing up to the table, I have to admit that I actually liked this deck, and I also have to admit that I actually really connected to the deck. I made a whole different relationship. I'm sorry. That's not correctly said. To quote from Alice in Wonderland. I was able to build a relationship with deck that didn't feel artificial to me, even though this is artificially created by a machine. The deck was incredibly easy for me to connect to, and it was very easy for me to read with this deck. Now, I haven't read for others with this deck. I'm not sure that I will, because this is quite a scary deck. You're going to see some of the cards in a little while. So I was actually pretty impressed that I was able to connect with an AI deck. I thought I was not going to be able to. When I purchased the deck, I did so because I wanted to challenge myself as a tarot reader and see if I was able to read with an AI deck. And I am. Well, actually, admittedly, I am able to read this deck. I did backed, and I did talk about this as well on my wrap-up for Beltane, about an I Ching oracle that I also purchased, which was also designed by an AI, but that one I was not able to connect to on any level, not even emotionally. And the art did look beautiful, but see, for that one, it did seem that it was lacking some sort of personality. It was lacking some sort of emotional development, and honestly, the art what drew me were the color combinations that worked with that deck. And actually, the color combinations work with this deck too. I like them better. But with this deck, I think because it's based on Alice in Wonderland, and since it's a shadow deck, and shadow is one of the practices that I just love doing for myself, on daily almost. I think that was the reason why it was easier for me to connect to it. Now, you know what? I'm gonna show you some cards while I'm rambling about it, so that you guys don't have to see me and you can see the deck. But here are the gorgeous backs for the deck. I love the checker pattern. I wish my house had a checker pattern. My husband will not have it, but I'm pretty sure that I will be able to convince him at some point. Hopefully. But I actually do like the design on the backs, even though they're panoramic. As you can see, there's a slight depiction of a skull here in the darkness. If you guys are able to pick up the very skeletal features of this cavern. And I also do like the fact that since this is a shadow deck, we are actually going inside into a shadow. That's pretty cool. Very, very imaginative. But yeah, and this is the box. It's gorgeous. I do talk about that as well in the unboxing video, but here's the box, guys. It's a very sturdy box, and it's actually pretty cool. It came in a bigger box when on the unboxing. And here's the guidebook, and I actually very much do enjoy the guidebook. Whoever wrote it, what was her name? Vixen. Their name was Vixen, and Vixen clearly had very good knowledge of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass when they wrote this guidebook, because the reasoning behind most of the cards that were chosen from from both of the book's scenes and why they were depicted as that specific card, I actually was really on par with. I actually really enjoyed it. The minors and the majors have exactly the same treatment, so that's awesome. I love when people do that. And it is a very small guidebook, but I actually like reading it, and I like Vixen's take on the cards, and I liked the fact that they were focused on the shadow aspect of the tarot. So that's awesome. Can't complain about that. But here, let me show you. So, as an artist, what do I think about the AI issues? Well, I don't like it, guys, honestly, because if AI can create these gorgeous images that we're going to see on camera over here in mere, seconds? Good gods, it'll take an artist months to create this. Especially if it depends on the medium that they're using, but I can't imagine doing this in oils. It'll take years, and in acrylics it's probably going to take months. And not to mention that if they ever attempt to do something like this in color pencil, it'll probably take even longer. Actually, it wouldn't look even like this in color pencil. Digital art has come a long way, and it's really easy to create no, I'm sorry, I said that very bad. It is not easy to create digital art. It's just quicker to create digital art. But it's not easy. It's not easy to sit down and create. I guess for some people are. to be honest, as an artist, it's easy for me to create. It's easiest for me, and I think I'm at my most experimental and creative when I'm doing sketches, and I really enjoy that process. But I also do love coloring my drawings. It's I just enjoy the process. But as in any case, as an artist, I do worry that there is no way to hinder AI from taking images from the web. I mean, they're available there. If you upload any images into the web, they're available. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide a solution to that. I have no idea how that technology works. I wouldn't be able to explain it to you guys. But AI is getting even more and more prevalent as we speak, and it's getting even smarter, and it's getting easier to create things like this. And I know that that's going to be a problem for artists, because there are some artists out there who actually rely on getting their money through art, and that is a problem. The other problem is that I honestly do not want my art to be taken by other people and then monetizing it and then not give me a part of the portion, right? That's wrong. But again, how do we create boundaries? How do we limit that? What is the solution for that? Who can give us a solution for that? I'm talking about it, and I can't come up with one. Now, as an artist, I will also say that people like Ethereal in their website, they should actually add that the decks are made from AI. People will still buy their decks. I mean, this is beautiful. And I will also say that there are people out there like me who will be able to connect to some of these decks, mostly out of nostalgia and melancholy and a sense of child retrospective on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, not to mention that Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is my favorite book, so it is very easy for me to relate to these cards. So there's that too. Yeah, I mean, if anyone knows a solution for this, I would love to hear it. But as right now, while I was reading about all of the issues that AI is bringing up for people, I was like, wow, this is quite serious, definitely. Now, as an artist, would I ever use AI to create art? Probably not. I enjoy the process of creating my art way too much to just prompt something into a machine and have it create something for me when I'm able to create it and enjoy the process for myself. But as in any case, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. What if I'm not able to create anymore? I don't know. Maybe it is a possibility. I don't want it to be a possibility because, again, I enjoy the process of creating art very, very much, and I would be very, very sad. But yeah. So that on the topic of AI. Honestly, these cards are beautiful. The fact that they chose time and clocks for pentacles it's just amazing. I love that. It ties very well with Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and the White Rabbit, and how time is very important in the first book. And it's very, I really like it. I was unexpected when I got it, but yes. So I was pretty happy with that. And then the depiction of the majors is also beautiful. I mean, I don't think there's a card here that I don't like, to be perfectly honest. But as in any case, I did want to show you guys some things that really caught my eye. I don't want to say it's a negative thing, but it's mostly feedback. So some of the cards they have, so for example, this is the 3 of Cups. And yes, there are 3 cups over here, but there's also a teacup and a teapot. That's what it is. But this cup over here looks almost like this teapot too. So in a way, it looks like there are 4 cups instead of 3 in the image, and that doesn't happen with this one in particular. It happens with a lot of the cards. Here's the 4 of Cups. See how there's 5, but technically there are also 4 cups and 1 teapot. I'm not sure what was going on there. And then here we have the 4 of Pentacles, where we don't even have 4 of anything. There are more clocks over here that are broken. There are more than 4 broken clocks in this image. I, by the way, love this for the 4 of Pentacles. But it is the wrong number of pips. Very prevalent here in the 5 of Pentacles. Whoops. There we go. Where we have only 1 clock. And this very beautiful massive skull crowned with, I don't know, branches and probably gold and whatnot. But I did notice that, and I was like, oh, it's not like I can't get a 5 of Pentacles feeling here, because yes, I can, but I do see a very bad decision making here. But yeah, I mean, this carries along with a lot of the cards. Here's the 6 of Pentacles. There are more than 6 clocks. So I wondered about that. So it's not a complaint, and it's not necessarily feedback. I just noticed that it was weird, and when and I didn't catch this on the video that I created when I unboxed the tarot. But here is the 10 of Pentacles, and we have more than 10 clocks. But I do love this massive tree of giving out time as fruit. That's gods, I wish I would have thought of that. Whoever prompted this AI was very, very smart in their prompts, I guess. I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah, so that is prevalent in a lot of them. Here's the 9 of Wands, and we only see 1 rose where there should be 9 roses. Well, I mean, there are more white roses, but there are more than 9 white roses here. So, again, not a complaint. It's just an observation. I will say that if I had any complaints with this deck, which I unfortunately don't, the only thing, not specifically with the deck, but with Ethereal, is that I would have very much liked them to confirm that the deck was AI instead of me having to research it and see if it was. Unfortunately, I was very new with AI decks, and I honestly I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, even though people told me, no, it's very obvious that this is AI. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's obvious now. But it wasn't when I did. So, no, again, I'm lying to myself. Honestly, this is, and especially because of how cheap it was too. The deck is cheap, guys. I can't complain about the price. It's mass market price. Should it be cheaper? Probably. Probably. But honestly, I don't have any complaints with the art or itself or the deck. It's a really good deck. I mean, the card stock alone is just amazing. But in any case, I wanted to talk to you very quickly about some of the cards, like I usually do. Some cards that I want to mention. The Cheshire Cat as the High Priestess, and I did give my feelings about the Cheshire Cat as the High Priestess in the first video, but now I'm here. I wanted to reiterate that I like the choice for the High Priestess. I mean, for the Cheshire Cat as the High Priestess, because there is a feline quality that I do like from the High Priestess, or maybe it's an animalistic quality that I tend to like for the High Priestess. The Children of Letha has this really cool this really cool octopus woman as the High Priestess, and when there's an animalistic, sensual sort of feel to the High Priestess, I like, even though this is not sensual and it's pretty dark. I do like that feline quality for the High Priestess, probably because of Hecate. But yes, so very happy the Shishokera as the as High Priestess. Now here's the Griffin, or the Hippogriff, as Strength. Also, I very much love this depiction. Again, this is a marvelous image. It's gorgeous. I feel this is very elegant, and I feel it brings an elegance to the Strength card that I rarely see. So very much like that. On the first video, I did not know who this was supposed to be, and now I know that it's the Mock Turtle as the Hermit, and it makes total sense to me that they would choose the Mock Turtle as the Hermit, since the Mock Turtle is a very, very, very lonely and very by themselves individual, especially in the books. It's a tragic Mock Turtle. Here we have the Dormouse as the Hangman. They did choose this as the Hangman, and I was confused as to why, and then reading the guidebook, and them giving their reasons, it made sense for the Dormouse to be the Hangman, mostly because how the Dormouse behaves in the book, where he is always sleepy. Well, I say he, but I'm not really sure. He's always sleepy, and he always has a different take on whatever they're saying. It seems like he's not paying attention, but he is. So there's a quality there that I like. Not to mention that this is also a gorgeous card. So we have the Knave of Hearts representing death. Oh, come on. There we go. The Knave of Hearts stole some tarts and took them quite away. That's how the poem goes in the books. They chose this because he is one of those characters that were able to ride the horse, and he's also the villain, one of the villain characters in the book. So I mean, and this does look like a death card to me. I'm not really sure if I 100% agree that it should be depicted as death, but it works for me. I still see death here. Yeah. Let's see. Here is the March Hare as Temperance. And this one, when I found out that it was the March Hare as Temperance, then it sort of made sense, especially in the shadow aspect, because the March Hare is just so crazed, and they're very full of themselves in the book. And instead of trying to bring together things in the storyline, they try to like separate them, and it's weird because he's part of the group, but he's also not very into what they're doing in the tea party. So as a shadow aspect of the Temperance card, I was like, okay. Okay, it sort of works. And especially because the March Hare also is the one who keeps saying he wants a clean cup. So I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just too close to the theme for me to try and explain this to you guys, but it works out for me. Now here we have the Jabberwock as the devil. Yes, thank you. I love this draconic creature for the devil. It's amazing. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the twos because they did an excellent job depicting the duality and polarity. Oh, let me see if I can get that, all of it in shot. Perfect. I mean, I just love these twos. I can see duality in each and every one of them. I'm not really sure if they did that on purpose, but the depictions are abstract and I like them, and I can read these twos extremely well. I'm very happy with these twos, I have to say. They're just excellent twos. Excellent set of twos. Okay, and what else did I want to show you guys? Let's see. Oh, I wanted to mention that on the 10 of Wands, instead of seeing Alice carrying a heavy burden, we're actually seeing Alice release burdens, or have released burdens. So I really like that. That's my favorite depictions of the 10 of Wands, when you have released those burdens, not while you're carrying them. There's a different feeling that I like there, and it feels more like completion when you let go of the weight or all of the burden that you're carrying, versus when you're still carrying it. That's the reason why I like this one. Here we have the 5 of Cups. Now this is one of those rare pictures where we do see 5 cups. It's the correct number, guys. But even though this being, you can't see that they're crying and you can't really see their face, there is a clear expression of sorrow here and grief, and I just love this. You can see the doom in this in this card, and I really like that. Okay, here we have the 8 of Swords, and this is another one of my favorite depictions of the 8 of Swords, or how they're depicted. I guess that the right thing to say would be, this is my how to depict the 8 of Swords the best. This is the best way for me to do releasing, being released from that cage, because I do feel like the 8 of Swords is a cage. I did something similar with my tarot, and I promise that I'll show them to you. But yes, Alice being released from the cage, very good. Love that. We rarely see the being in the person in the 8 of Swords not bound and walking away from the 8 swords. So I really like that. Here we have the 8 of Pentacles, and I just really like this for various reasons, guys. We have this being working on their clocks and knowing how to manage the clockwork and just perfecting their skill, and showing us that through their craft, and it's just very well done. And not to mention that this person also seems to be a master of time in a way, and I really like that for the 8 of Pentacles. I very much like that, guys, for the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, and now I wanted to show you guys the pages. Here we have the Page of Wands. Here we have the Page of Cups. Okay, where are you, Page? Page of Swords. And maybe if I do this, There we go. The cards are a little shiny. As you guys can see, is Alice wearing this white rabbit mask, which is, yes, it's very creepy, but I really like it. I like the fact that the creatures, or Alice even, and they are, let's see. Well, they are masked, especially for a shadow deck. It makes total sense to me. Total sense to me. Why? Because one of the things that we try to do when we do shadow work is to unmask ourselves and accept parts of ourselves, and that's what I'm seeing here, and I very much enjoy that. But what I wanted to mention about the page is that we are seeing Alice carrying the suits that she's meant to depict, and I really like that. They seem like it's the same image, but as you guys can see, the masks all have different expressions on them, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh wow, they actually do have different expressions on them, and she is also wearing different dresses. I'm not really sure if you guys can see that. It's almost the same image for the pages, but I still like that there's that innocence there, that youthful energy going on for the pages. Love that. And also very much like the knights. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. That's an amazing depiction of the Knight of Swords. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. There we go, guys, so that you guys can see it better without the glare. My reasoning for showing you guys these cards is because they did a really good job with them. I have to admit that they did. I can't say anything else about it other than that. Yep. And here we have the Queens. And this is when it starts getting even more shadowy. There's a progression in the quirk cards where we start as very innocent in the shadow, and then we go into the knights and it's a little darker. We go into the queens and it gets darker, as you guys can see. And then we go to the kings, and then it gets really, really, really dark. Almost demonic. I really enjoy that. Really, really enjoy that for the quirk cards. I didn't catch it on the first video, but I did here. Again, I'm not really sure if that's intentional or not, but I thought it was genius. Oh, let me show you. There we go. How there's a progression to the shadow aspect of the core cards. Very well done. Very well done, guys. So, yeah. There it is, guys. That's my review. I didn't want to make notes on this review because I really wanted to speak from my experience, and I didn't want to have anything hindering me, and I don't mean notes don't hinder me, but I didn't want to have anything pre-planned because I wanted you guys to hear my honest opinion about AI decks and about this deck as well. But in summary, what I want to say about this deck is that it's a great shadow deck. It's a great deck based on Alice's in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I actually really like this deck, guys. Do I understand and do I see the issues with AI? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I want more AI decks in my collection? No, I don't. But that doesn't mean that I won't want to get another one. I think. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not purposely seeking AI decks. But as an artist, I am worried because, again, I want to say that I don't want my art to be taken from anybody. I mean, I don't want my art to be taken from me, but I don't want art taken from anybody else either, especially if they haven't agreed to anything. And, you know, putting it on the internet, it's not permission for anybody to take your stuff and use it, especially if they're not going to remunerate you and they're not going to ask you for your permission to do so. So, again, I do see the issues. I do see them. I know that it is a very controversial topic right now. Like I said, I was a little concerned about putting this video out there because, again, I did like this deck, and it was easy for me to connect. Again, I think that the reason why is because this is based on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and those are my favorite books. So that probably helped a lot. And the fact that it's also a shadow deck based on those books probably helped me even more. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you feel or what you think about AI. I would very much love to hear other opinions than my own on this, because I did watch some videos on AI decks and I see a lot of people actually liking them, and I do see some people disliking them and talking about the repercussions or the issues with it. And I have to say that I fall somewhere in between with this deck. I like it. Again, I do feel like Ethereal and other AI creators should definitely let us know that they are AI decks. But as in any case, I hope that this review of Wonderland Shadows Tarot was helpful and coherent enough for people to watch it. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Bye bye, YouTube. Did I not? Oh, my tea's done. Yay! My tea. Sip of my tea. It's so appropriate, really, for this video because it's Alice in Wonderland, and it's a mad chaotic Alice in Wonderland deck. So yes. Okay. Let's see. Yes, it's the sand. Oh, did I silence my phone? I did. Okay.